how do we keep the campuses open? Why have we closed? Many people accuse us of capitulating to small groups of students. They say small groups of students who are protesting, who are intimidating students, other students, who are hauling people out of offices, who are barricading the campuses, when it seems that the vast majority want to stay at work and want to come to class. We've done some polls in the different faculties which show that in most faculties, 80 to 90% of students wish to be in class. I know that other universities are conducting referenda to confirm that the overwhelming majority wish to be in class. So, given that, why are we being held hostage by a smaller group? And I'm not now talking about the merits of their case and whether they're justified. I think there is justification for the cause. There is justification for making higher education more affordable. There's justification for wanting free education for the poor. There is justification for wanting to make the universities more welcoming spaces and not as alienating. There may be justification for the calls for curriculum reform. But what there isn't justification for is the method of closing the university because of these dire consequences that I've painted. So for us to keep the universities open requires massive security. It requires bringing onto campus private security, because the police will not come onto private property to do preventive measures. They will only come when there's a crime committed and when you lay a charge at the police station, or when there is immediate threat to property and life. So we have to spend a large amount of money on private security. The private security has to be there in large numbers, and our experience has been that often inflames issues. And then when the private security can't cope, if they can't, then we also have to bring in the public order police service. And it is in fact the job of the police and the public order police service to protect the universities. We are public institutions. We are delivering a public good, largely at taxpayers' expense, and we need to be protected by those services. But we recognize that we also have a responsibility to protect our students and staff, and we may have to use private security to do that. We are reluctant to do that, besides the cost, because the process of securitizing a campus, the atmosphere on the campus, the way it makes people feel, the possibility that we may still not be able to control a crowd, the possibility that provokes arson and damage, means that must be a very last resort. And we are keeping it as a last resort. But if we cannot get support from the student body and from the protesting groups to open the campus, then we will have to bring the security on in these large numbers on the 3rd of October.